Hi, this is Dr. Scott Young, and I want to talk to you today, one day after Trump announced whatever you think that he announced. We're going to talk about that here. I want to share with you a song that I sing sometimes just to just calm me down with that too. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul and leads me in his righteousness for his name's sake. Surely goodness and loving kindness shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever and ever. Forgive me, it's early in the morning, so if that was a little flat there, sorry about that. But I want to share with you a feeling that a lot of us have had. We are struggling through the world. We see inflation going off the charts. We see the child trafficking being just disgusting. And then we see Trump get up, who has talked about all of those things, including excuse me, he talked about that last night in his speech, and today is the 16th, and he was explaining things. Well, all of us were hoping that he would say something that would bring that hope to us. But a couple things I want to share with you that he actually did say. He didn't say he was going to run just the 20 for 2024. He said, I'm announcing my presidency or candidacy for president of the United States. And you're going, what? But he didn't say 2024. And then he referred to 2024 in other kinds of ways. Again, he uses this whole speech to talk about child trafficking and how we can't wait longer for this stuff to happen. You think that he's going to wait until January of 2025 to fix all this stuff? Come on. Come on. He's talking to the normies. He's getting a first chance to be on Fox News, who, by the way, decided to cut away and talk about what he was talking about during the conversation. See, that's how stupid all of the media are. They're all useless, worthless piece of crap. And you've been focusing on what the media says. But he's talking to the normies. And I'm fired up right now because I know for a fact he's coming back really soon. He said some things like, we've dealt with Joe Biden for a little bit and we can't wait until that longer time frame. He did say that. Over and over he said that. You're not listening if you're hearing with your normal ears. You got to hear with your spirit. And see, you go, how do you do that? You're not in communication with God. You don't get into the Word. You don't understand what faith is about. Has God ever shown up in your life and just shown up and said, here I am, this is me, I've got it all figured out for you, let me explain everything for you? And the answer is no. It takes faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the promise of things unseen. Holy cow, guys, are we understanding what occurred last night? Do you know that in a very short time frame, this whole thing's going off? The excuse me, the emergency action message is coming on. It's going to show it. He set himself up to be the president in charge. He's already the CIC. He's the president in charge. He's in charge because Biden's out of office. Did you notice he said that? Biden isn't even there. We fired Nancy. Did he even have to talk about idiot Kamala? He didn't have to talk about any of them. because they're all done. And that's happening in faith. I'm talking about that in faith and not in my hope. You see, my hope is fragile. It's a fragile little thing that's broken half the time. And yet my faith is always strong. Let me just juxtapose two different patriots, okay? Sandra Merlot, who I really like, had said he conceded the 2020 elections. Did he? He didn't do it. And yet, Lin Wood, a lawyer who understands legal terminology, is listening to it and goes, he didn't concede anything. Wait, who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? A lawyer who would know if he conceded? Or just one of us patriots? I mean, listen, don't listen to me on that one exactly, because I have a struggle at times too on that. But I listen to a lawyer because a lawyer has a clue about this. And let me give you another little piece of information that you're going to love. When the Freedom Conference came to Tulsa, the very first time, actually, it was the only time that really was here. And it was the first time that they had done this. And I think it was in the summer of 2020. Okay. And all these guys show up. General Flynn has the security guard around him. But I watched Lin Wood get up. When he gets up, he walks down the center aisle because they had the people around him, right? And he walks down the center aisle, and right around him are 6 guys. And I'm like, going, what? And they've got him perfectly surrounded. And as he moved to the end of the proscenium, he out there, and you could see the guys, and they had their setup there, and you could see the gun kind of floating in there on their chest, and that way. It was hysterical. And my wife and I, Wendy, I love my wife, man, I tell you what, she's so amazing. She keeps me grounded in so many ways. She and I were talking about it, and she goes, that's Secret Service. Because as he would move to the end of the proscenium, you'd see him, and he would kind of go up a little farther like this. And what would happen to the security guards, or what I believe the Secret Service, they moved with him. And they jumped up in front of him. I mean, or, around him with that. He's more important than you realize. General Flynn didn't have it. A lawyer who is deep, deep, deep in this. And a lawyer has been on his side the whole way through. And he's talked about the child trafficking, and he's talked about the election fraud and Fix 2020. And I don't care if I get pushed off of YouTube anymore. I'm done caring about any of that stuff. If they want to do that, they can. Hey, listen. What's more important? Your social media posts, any of your other stuff, or Jesus? My faith in Jesus is the only thing I worry about. That's all I care about. Hey, listen, I'm just trying to help you with your lack of faith right now. Chill. It's going to be okay.